everyone, and welcome back to Meg and Me Creative Lifestyle. I'm Jackie Thornton, and today we're going to be making this gorgeous triple layer card. This is one of my favourites only because it's simple and you can pop the card together extremely fast. I hope you've all had a wonderful week, and we'll get started and show you how to make this card. I hope you're all doing well today. I've had a fun and exciting day around the house doing gardening and things like that, and thought I'll come in and do my card because I've been enjoying making these cards up this week. Now, to make this card we need 3 pieces of crumb cake card. Now the measurements that you need are, first of all, for the crumb cake, we need a 4.5 inches by 11 inch piece, and then that's going to be scored halfway, and that will be, 5.5 inches scored to fold like that. The next piece you're going to need is 3.25 by 4.5, and the last piece will be 2.25 by 3.5 inches. So that's going to be our frames in the card. The next pieces we need are 4 by 5.25, then 3 by 4.25, and 2 by 3.25. That's all it is, very simple. Okay, so we're going to start off, and we're going to start with stamping our white card. Now stay tuned guys, because at the end of this video I have got a special offer just for my New Zealand customers. So I will be doing deal of the week at the end of this video, so just stay tuned so that you can catch that. It's just something that I'm doing myself, so please hang fire on this video so that you can actually see those at the end. They're definitely worth waiting for. Now what we need to do is just slightly secure these by just popping a little bit of snail into the center there and just popping it on. Now this is just so that it stays still while we are doing our stamping. You only need to do just the tiniest bit of snail. So you just layer the 3 white up together first, just for our stamping. Now I've just got myself a little bit of scrap paper here because I'm going to be stamping some on to the card and some slightly off. Now the set that I'm going to be using today, the Stampin' Up! Stamp set, is called Gift from the Garden. I've done quite a few with these stamps in the past, so I've really got a really good use from this. We're going to be using this stamp here, the potted flowers, and we're going to be using the little trowel. So only a couple of pieces from there. So we start off, first of all, the inks that we're going to be using is Crumb Cake and Dapper Denim. Now the deal that I am going to be doing towards the end will be involving the stamp set and the 2 stamp pads. So we'll start off, first of all, I'm going to be using the Dapper Denim, and I'll be using this stamp here with that. So it's literally just stamping, inking up your ink, so that's all on there. Just making sure that you're not getting any over, and just pop that randomly across all 3 pieces. Now I'll just show you something when I lift this off. Now see how it hasn't inked in this area just here, and that's because the layer of card above it has stopped it from pushing down, and you don't get that ink just in there. But don't worry about that, because when you put your layer underneath to frame the stamped card, it fills that in, so you don't have to worry about it. So you will get a nice crisp image. So just ink that up again, stamp another one, and lift, and see it's done it again there. Still not a problem. And then I'm just going to place that one through the top there. I always like to hold my stamps for a little bit, and the reason I do that is so that the card can absorb the ink and hold on to it properly, and you get a better image. The next one I'm going to stamp is using the Crumb Cake, and that's for our wee trowel. So just stamp that up and pop that trowel on there. turn that around. And really it's just looking at where you could fill in the gaps. And what I like to do is just do a little bit down there, just so that it brings in a little bit of that crumb cake. So there we have it. So that's the crumb cake ink, and the card we're framing with the crumb cake, so we get a really nice finish. So we've done that now, so what we need to do is just pop off those cards. So it all looks a little bit of a mess when you leave it like that. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll take that middle card and we'll adhere that one first. Okay, so literally that is just putting that into the frame. So you're permanently sticking this now. Right, so you're popping that in. Then you take your smaller one, and you'll see how fast this comes together. It is really neat card to just do if you've got a spare of the moment card to have to put together. And it is incredible, and you get an amazing look to it when it's finished. So when you're now lining this up, this is where you line up your image with the image below. Get my trowel lined up, get my pot lined up. I probably could have pressed a little bit harder there. That hasn't inked very well there. I was in a little bit of a rush. Right, so the next thing we do is we're then going to place this onto this one. And then line that one up. It's really easy to line up. All you're really doing is placing it in the centre. And I'll just make sure my little trowel lines up, because that's a really good indication you're in the right place. So there it is, that's it. Then I'm going to grab a little bit of linen thread, and we're going to wrap that around this piece before we adhere it. So all I do is just randomly pop that around. I get quite generous with it when I'm doing it on these cards. So then all we do is tie that off. So we've got a wee bow. Really simple. That's it. So we've got a little bow. Clip that off. And then you're right to adhere this to the card. And pop that into the centre. And there we have it. Now what I would do as well is that you can pop another piece of white card into the centre here, so that you've got somewhere to write your little sentiment. Sometimes I also pop maybe a little trowel or something on that under there as well. So there we have the two cards. Thank you for joining me today. Please stay tuned till the next slide. I'm going to be showing you what the deal of the week is. This is for my New Zealand customers only, so the deal of the week will be for them. It's only valid for a week, and also I'm doing free postage, so you don't need to add on freight or anything. It's just the price that you see on the slide. So have a wonderful afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you when I place my next video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget, subscribe down below or leave me a comment so that I can hear what you think of my videos and what you'd like to see. Thank you. Bye-bye.